Focus on yourself and stay silent. I want to remind you today, not everyone needs to know what God is doing in your life. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stay quiet. Focus on your growth and let your success be your testimony. You see, we live in a world where people feel the need to share every little detail, what they're working on, what they're struggling with, what they're planning to do next. But can I tell you something? God works in the silent moments. The greatest transformations happen when no one is watching. Your growth doesn't need an audience. In today's world where people feel the need to broadcast every little achievement, I want to remind you, your growth doesn't need an audience. The most powerful transformations happen in silence. You don't need to announce every step you take. You don't need approval from others to become who God has called you to be. Think about a tree. When a seed is planted, it doesn't make noise. It doesn't send out a message saying, hey, I'm growing. No, it takes root in the soil, hidden from the world. It pushes through the dirt, strengthening itself in the dark. Then one day, when the time is right, it breaks through the ground. It stands tall, strong, and unshaken. That's how real growth happens. Some of us struggle because we're constantly looking for validation. We want people to notice our hard work, to applaud our sacrifices. But here's the truth. Not everyone is meant to see your process. Some people won't understand your journey. Some won't support you. Some may even try to talk you out of your dreams. That's why God calls us to grow in private, so that when we finally step into our purpose, we are ready, unshaken by doubt and negativity. Jesus himself set the example. Before he started his public ministry, he spent 40 days in the wilderness. He didn't announce his preparation. He focused on his growth. Some of your biggest breakthroughs will come when no one is watching. So don't be discouraged if people don't notice your progress. Your job is to stay committed, to keep pushing forward, to trust that in God's perfect timing, the world will see what he has been doing in you all along. Many of the most successful people didn't announce their dreams before they achieved them. They worked in silence, stayed dedicated, and let their success do the talking. Your results will speak for themselves. So today I challenge you to stop seeking attention, stop looking for approval, stop worrying about who's watching. Instead, plant your roots deep. Keep working, keep believing, because one day when you rise up, when you walk into the blessings God has prepared for you, everyone will see the masterpiece he has created. Silence is power, not weakness. Many people believe that silence means weakness. They think if they're not constantly explaining themselves, defending their choices, or proving their worth, they'll be overlooked. But let me tell you, silence is not weakness, it is power. The strongest people don't waste time arguing, complaining, or trying to convince others to believe in them. They understand that true power comes from discipline, focus, and the ability to control what you say and when you say it. Look at Jesus. He was falsely accused, criticized, and mocked, yet he stayed silent in the face of his accusers. Why? Because he knew who he was. He didn't need to prove himself to people who would never understand his purpose. And that's what we need to learn. We don't have to explain our journey to everyone. Some of you are using up all your energy trying to justify your dreams. You want your family to understand why you're working so hard. You want your friends to support your vision. You want people to see your worth. But let me tell you, some battles are won in silence. When you stay silent and keep working, you confuse those who expect you to react. They wonder why you're not arguing, why you're not responding to their negativity, why you're not trying to prove yourself. And that's when you take control. Because when you refuse to engage in meaningless conversations, you free up your energy for the things that actually matter. Think about an eagle. It doesn't waste time fighting with crows. It doesn't respond to every bird that tries to peck at it. Instead, it flies higher, beyond the reach of the noise. That's what you need to do. Rise above the distractions. You don't need to announce your plans. You don't need to explain yourself. Just stay silent. Stay focused and let your success do the talking. One day, the people who doubted you will look at you and say, I never saw this coming. And you'll smile, knowing that God was working behind the scenes all along. So keep your silence, protect your energy, and watch how God elevates you to places you never imagined.